Well, good morning from Spray Falls in Mount Rainier National Park. This is Steve with my hiking buddy Gino.
Good morning.
What do you think of this view? I'm guessing that's 300 feet up.
Yeah, we're going to come down that way.
Hazy morning from the fires, smokes and fires, and we've got a Wonderland hiker with us. What's your name?
Christine.
And she's from Miami, Florida. Quite a view. So our destination today is Spray Park, and we'll check in along the way. It's probably pretty noisy here. I'll check in when we get up above and it's quieter and fill you in. But from Spray Falls, thanks for hiking with us. So right after I was filming that Spray Falls and that female hiker, she thought the trail went that way, I guess, and she decided to cross that river. And I'm filming, and Gino, right after I turned off my camera, Gino goes, "Oh crap," and she had fallen in, and as she was climbing out, which was a struggle for her, she lost one of her water bottles, and it just took off down that swift flowing stream there. So anyway, geez, a little bit of excitement. We offered her some water and she said she has enough, and we waited till she got back across. So anyway, we're gonna head up to Spray Park. We're a little disappointed. The forest fire smoke has returned, and it's pretty hazy, so Spray Park usually has some nice views of Rainier. I don't think we're going to get many today, but we'll go check it out. Anyway, thanks for hiking with us. We'll check in along the way. Hopefully no more excitement like that. Boy, got the blood pumping when she went in the water. So all's good now. Okay, we'll check in a while. So we're climbing up to Spray Park. Been kind of an eventful morning. To get up here, you got to come up to Mowich Lake. So you go through Enumclaw, Buckley, Carbonado, Wilkeson, drive up a dirt road for 16 miles. And we started up at 5:30. It's pitch black, and I told Gino I always like to guess how many cars we're going to see, and we both thought we wouldn't see any. And to our surprise, there were, 6 or 7 cars parked in the stretch from where we started up the road to Mowich Lake, just on the side of the road. 3 of them, our headlights illuminated, and we could see people inside awake. So what they were doing there, I have no idea. And then we passed the car, if you can believe that. So we got up to Mowich about 6:15. It was a 45-minute drive on the dirt road, and then it's 2 miles out to Spray Falls. And on the way, old Steve, not paying attention, took a tumble, and my knee's all bruised and dirty and bloody, but none the worse for the wear. And then, like I said, that woman who's doing the Wonderland, I don't know what she was thinking trying to cross there. Gino thought she was mixed up and thought the trail went that way. So luckily, I mean, it was scary. She went in, and like I said, she lost her water bottle. So luckily, she was none the worse for the wear, and she said she has plenty of water and a filter. So, but boy, kind of some excitement here between everything. So anyway, as I said earlier, Spray Park, it usually has some real nice views of Rainier, but I think today we're going to be out of luck. So that's okay. We're on the trail and we're at Mount Rainier. Haven't been for a couple weeks. We were held up a couple weeks by the smoke, and then last week we did hike, but it was a rainy, windy day. So our first time in the park in a month, and we were talking, we're not sure how much longer we're going to be able to come up here with October tomorrow. So view's kind of opening up here. You can see how hazy it is. And there's Mount Rainier right there. Can't see much of it, so we'll check in. Last weekend a lot of people hiked at Spray Park, and there were a lot of bears, so we're hoping if we can't see the mountain we'll see some bears, so we'll check in along the way. Well, good morning again. This is Steve. We've reached Spray Park, just entering it. Sun's behind these trees here, but man, it's really orange with all the smoke up high. It's actually real nice down here. There's a breeze blowing, but no smoke down low here. It's all at elevation, and so Mount Rainier's kind of socked in. But geez, can I get the sun through the trees there? No, I don't think so. But anyway, we've made it to Spray Park a little after 8 o'clock. So we'll take some photos. This section of the park really opens up. It's very similar to Grand Park that we did earlier in the year, other than we're on an uphill, slight uphill like this all the way. There's no level, and typically we would have some great views of Rainier off this way, but I don't think we're going to have that today. So, but this really opens up, and we'll have some meadows like this, and looks like there's still some wildflowers blooming. I don't know what they are. My wildflower expert is still trudging up this section. From Spray Falls to here is the steepest part of the park. You gain, I think, 1,000 feet elevation in less than a mile, so it's pretty damn steep, and it was very rocky and rooty. So anyway, we'll check in a bit when we get some better views. So the higher you climb, it really opens up, as you can see here. We're kind of in this open area. We were both commenting, gosh, it really got smoky up above. Air down here is fine, and there's a nice breeze, but boy, looking at these hillsides, you can't see anything beyond them. And then we came from over in this direction, and it's just socked in. So that's a bit of a bummer, but we're at the park. Always good to be out hiking. Whoa. Don't want to fall again like I did earlier. Oh, this looks like an area up here I'm coming up to that's real open. I'll leave the camera running, take you with me. Yep. Come over this little rise, and we've got some water over here. Wow, really opens up. Quite an impressive area. Okay, we'll keep going here. Check in a while. From hazy Mount Rainier in Spray Park. See you in a bit. So I'm looking back down on where we've come from. Way down in there. Real interesting scenery here. This kind of open meadows with these smaller trees. Stunted by the snowfall in the winter. Pockets of color on the hillside here. We're heading up here. I'll take you with me as I climb this little rise. Let's see what's up here. More of the same, more open meadows. On a clear day, this would be just spectacular, but unfortunately, we kind of socked in. Here's Rainier would be over that way, hidden in the haze. All these little trees, little Christmas trees. Okay, we're still ascending. We've kind of been talking. I don't know if we're going to go with no views to Rainier. I don't know if we're going to go all the way up to the high point of Spray Park today. We may just hike till a certain time and then turn around up here. So we'll see. Okay, this is gnarly here. I gotta turn off the film for a while. Kind of an interesting area here as we continue our climb. The sun there, and there's kind of this cirque with rocks. Pretty hazy. We're going up this way. Okay, break's over. Time to get going. So we've reached the high point of Spray Park a little before 9 o'clock Wednesday. I was just telling Gino I'm surprised how much pools of water are up here for this late in the year. We have had some rain, and of course it actually snowed up here last weekend. There were some photos of people hiking up here in the snow, but so this trail actually continues on and would go down, it climbs a little bit more into Seattle Park, and then it heads down into the Carbon River drainage and ends up down by the Carbon River. Like I said earlier, it's an alternate Wonderland trail route, but we were also commenting on some big snowfields up here still on the Rainier. Would be off in the clouds there, but and then anyway, the trail goes down. You can actually do a big loop. You can actually come back along the Carbon River and then come up Isput Pass and come into the north of Mowich Lake. I think it's like a 16-mile loop. Something on the bucket list. We wouldn't do it in one day. We'd have to overnight. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this hike up here to Spray Park today, and we're going to find a good spot to stop, maybe up by these rocks, and take a break, refuel, recharge, and then head back. And on the way we'll check in. You know, Gino, I'm shocked there's no marmots up here.
Yeah.
I mean, for elevation, haven't heard or seen any marmots. So anyway, we'll check in a while. So I was telling Gino, quite a difference here from the high point, where we're kind of straddling Spray Park looking this way, and you could tell you've reached Seattle Park because the landscape changes dramatically. It's real rocky here, and we're not going any further today. There's actually a small snowfield right there. Boy, on a hot day that would feel refreshing. But so weather conditions, temperatures are pretty nice, and we've had no bugs, Gino.
It's too warm.
But you can see the surrounding areas. The haze from the wildfire smoke is just really thick. And then I was going to tell you, my old partner here, Eagle Eyes, on that far hillside, on the way up, Gino saw two little black dots, and he followed them, and guess what it was? Yep, two black bears. And Bad Eyes Steve could barely make them out. But anyway, this is the high point. Gino, what time is it?
9:02.
9:02. So it took us about 2.5 hours to get up here with our little excursion to Spray Falls. We're going to take a break and then start back down. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it up this far, and we'll check in along the way, heading back down. Nobody up here except two old guys. Okay, we'll check in later. So as we head back down through Spray Park, boy, here comes a couple more hikers already. Wow, a lot of them. We just saw two trail runners. Now we're seeing a bunch of hikers. I think they're through hikers too. We'll stop and talk to them here. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, I'll check in a little bit. We're going to let these guys go by us here. So stand by. So we just met 3 Wonderland trail hikers. And as I said earlier, we saw 2 trail runners. And the trail runners are doing the loop around Spray Park, Seattle Park, down along the Carbon River, up Isput Pass, 16 miles. They told us they thought they could do it in 6 hours or less. And then we just met 3 Wonderland trail hikers who are halfway through their journey. Started at Longmire, stayed overnight at Mowich Lake, and tonight they're going to be at Mystic Lake. and they were going pretty good. And like us, they're kind of bummed about the smoke today. So we haven't seen, everybody has said they've seen her, but the woman we saw this morning that fell in the creek down there from Florida, we haven't seen her, and everybody else has seen her. So she's obviously out hiking, but boy, she's going slow. Slow. So it's a neat area of the park. Gina and I were talking. We're going to have to come up here next year, earlier in the year, when it's on a bright sunny day. This smoke, this hazy smoke that we're dealing with today, it's just kind of socked everything in, but still an interesting part of the park. So okay, we'll check in a couple times on the way. We've seen 5 people so far, so kind of surprising. Gino's going to make me eat my words. He thought we'd see 10 going down to Spray Falls, and I said, hogwash, we'll only see 1 or 2. So I was wrong, Gino was right so far. So we'll check in later. So as we come to the exit of Spray Park at this little bridge here, I wanted to give you an update. We've seen 11 hikers, 6 Wonderland Trail through hikers. The one woman we saw earlier, and then a group of 3 and a group of 2, and then 5 other hikers, 2 pair and a solo. And anyway, it's kind of fun to talk to the Wonderland through hikers and find out where they're going, where they started, where they're from, and so we've been kind of enjoying that. But anyway, as we cross out of Spray Park, we're going to start our descent down to Spray Falls, and we'll check in down there. It's quite rocky up here. So anyway, I'll check in later. So a little bit of an update. We're back on the trail to Mowich Lake. It's a little bit after 10, so less than an hour to do 2 miles. We were hauling coming down. The knees are feeling it, let me tell you. Anyway, we're up to 14 hikers. 13 in Spray Park, and then we saw 1 solo one when we exited Spray Park. So we've got a 2-mile stretch back to Mowich, some up, some down, and we'll check in one final time. Really not much to see here. And I was going to tell you, with the hazy skies, the way the sun is filtered, it actually looks like it's late in the afternoon, and it's only 10 minutes after 10. I've been telling Gino it seems like it's 4 in the afternoon, the way the shadows and the sun is. So anyway, we'll check in up by Mowich Lake one final time. This is Steve checking in one final time. Well, it did take us about an hour to get up here. It's 2 miles by the signage, but we think it's a little bit longer than that. But we're up at Mowich Lake, which you can see through the trees there. We ended up seeing a total of 51 people today. We saw the 13 in Spray Park, 1 on the way down to Spray Falls, and from there to here, 37. So quite a lot of people, and the parking lot's full. People are walking around. So hope you enjoyed this one. Not sure where we're going next week. We're kind of limited on Rainier options with the Road to Sunrise closed. Well, not the Road to Sunrise, but 410. So we'll go someplace. Anyway, from a smoky Mount Rainier, this is Steve signing off. Thanks for hiking with us. A little better sign off. I wanted to give everybody a view of Mowich Lake in the haze. Glass smooth this morning. Wow. A few people around the shore here. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the hike. Sorry about the smoke. Mother Nature had other plans today, and like I said, we'll be going someplace next week. I'm not sure where. Just check Hiking Man Steve YouTube channel, and we'll see where we go. Thanks for hiking with us.